Two traditional prep league rivals set to do battle tonight as the Woodberry Forest Tigers play host to the Collegiate Cougars. Hi, basketball fans. I'm Jeremy Huber, joined this evening by Andy Mendoza. And Andy, anytime you get two rival schools together, you can always feel the energy, expecting a good one tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, and this is a rematch from a game at the end of January that Collegiate was able to eke out by 7 points. So we're expecting a defensive matchup here, but we're expecting hopefully a close, competitive game.
Again, these two teams know each other very well. We'll see what type of game we get today. Let's go ahead and start things off by looking at our keys to the game. We start off with the visiting Collegiate Cougars.
Yeah, talking to Coach, they want to turn defense into offense. We talked about how two defensive-minded teams, so turning defense into transition offense is going to be key. Of course, the Cougars want to play inside out. They want to stretch the defense by working the ball inside, and they want to get Berkeley Gaho integrated. Second leading scorer. He's been out the last 7 games with an ankle injury. This is his first game back. He won't be starting tonight, but they will get him into the rotation.
Should be interesting to see what they're able to do with him out there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our players to watch in this one. We start off with Collegiate and their first player to watch in this contest. We'll go ahead and check those out as our first player to watch, Grant Villanueva.
Yeah, we talked about playing inside out for the Cougars. Grant Villanueva is going to be key. He is their three-point specialist. He's got to stretch the defense out to help the Cougars out.
Our second player to watch for this Collegiate squad, it's another guard, Evan Justice.
Yeah, he's one of the team captains, 6'5" senior. They're going to need him for energy, for rebounding, and he's really the guy that kind of does the dirty work for them.
Justice, also a standout baseball player, committed to playing at NC State, had double figures last time out against Woodberry Forest. Also, our third player to watch, you mentioned before, Andy, it's Berkeley Gaho.
Yeah, second leading scorer, missed the last 7 games with an ankle injury, as we alluded to. This is his first game back. It's going to be key to get him going early. Of course, he won't start, but they're going to get him into the game early to make sure that he feels comfortable.
Let's go ahead and check out our keys to the game for Woodberry Forest. He's somewhat similar to what we heard out of Collegiate, maybe the flip side of those keys to the game for this matchup for the Tigers.
Yeah, more transition defense. We talked about how this is going to be a defensive-minded game, so the Tigers are going to want to make sure that they get back on defense. They want to contain the dribble penetration, try to cut down on the three-pointers for Collegiate, and of course offensive execution and transition defense kind of go hand in hand. You execute on offense, you're able to set up on defense.
Let's look at our players to watch for Woodberry Forest. We start with their leading scorer, Calder Clay.
Yeah, coming off of his best game of the season, 29 points against Fork Union. They're going to need him to be big tonight.
Clay averaging almost 15 points per game, also throwing in those 4 rebounds. Not too shabby for the Woodberry guard. Also a player to watch in this one, it's the diminutive one, Jameel Wilson.
Yeah, and you mentioned diminutive one. He's a football player also, a running back, a standout running back. He's their point guard. He's kind of the engine that moves their offense.
Only 5'6", but definitely a very good player. Our third player to watch for the Tigers, it's Thomas Bledsoe.
Yeah, he's going to have a big game on the glass. The Tigers are now without John Curvin, their 6'6" senior, out for the season with a broken foot. He's going to have to be big tonight on the glass and in the paint as a defensive stopper.
Let's go ahead. Had a chance to catch up with both coaches before the contest. Our Brenton Randolph first caught up with the head coach of the Collegiate Cougars. Going to be their standout coach, Delmar Harris.
All righty. Brenton Randolph here at Woodberry Forest High School, and I'm joined by Collegiate coach Delmar Harris. So, Coach, what are some keys to the game for the Cougars here?
We're a defensive ball club. We've been a defensive team all year, so we're going to have to come out and defend a well-respected team. We're playing against a very well-coached, solid players, so just stick to our defensive game plan. Our defense leads to our offense, and going to be very important to rebound the ball. A physical, fundamental team we're facing, so we really need to that's closing our defense out with a defensive rebound.
Right, and you mentioned defense, and Woodberry Forest leading scorer Calder Clay had a breakout game last time out. He had 29 points, so how do you guys slow him down?
We're just a group team defense, and keeping him solid. I know he's an inside-outside guy, and hopefully this year we've tried to pride ourselves on not letting one man beat us and try to close out on all 5 guys. So, he's a talented player, and definitely getting him back is a boost to their offense, and it's in his own home gym, so we'll just try to stick to the game plan and be solid.
Well, Coach, thank you very much, and best of luck out there tonight.
All right, thanks a lot.
And now let's go ahead and check in with the other coach. Brenton also had a chance to catch up with head coach of the Tigers, Craig Dawson.
Alrighty, Brenton Randolph here, and I'm joined by Woodberry Forest coach Craig Dawson. So, Coach Dawson, what are some keys to winning this game for the Tigers?
Transition defense, first and foremost, are really key for us. We gave up 16 points in transition last game in a 7-point game, so we definitely want to concentrate on that and, containing middle penetration, not allowing them to drive and kick for three. So those are two things that we really focused on the past couple of days.
Right, and you mentioned defense and driving and kicking, but Collegiate also has a big man, Jack Wyatt, inside. So just how do you guys make him uncomfortable inside in this game?
Just try to crowd him and limit his space in there, limit his options of moving. The tough part about it, he's such a good passer as well, and he can pass out of it to give guys open shots. So he's a tough cover, but we just got to have active hands and active feet and try to make it tough on him.
All righty, Coach. Thank you very much, and best of luck out there in this one.
Thank you.
And welcome back. Hearing from both coaches before this contest, and Andy early on, Woodberry winning the tap, but can't convert. Obviously, I'm sure Coach Dawson love to see them get all their possessions and it be positive ones in this one.
Absolutely, yeah. He got an open look for their leading scorer, Calder Clay. Just wasn't able to knock down the jump shot, but he got a great look.
Got Collegiate on the offensive end of things. Justice. Back out top to Wyatt, another standout on this team. Some very good multi-sport athletes on this Collegiate team.
Really balanced offense. They have 5 guys averaging double figures in scoring.
And there you see Calder Clay getting the hand in. Remember, folks, this game played without a shot clock. And it's funny talking to Coach Dawson beforehand. It's something that maybe he wants, but taking advantage, consider maybe a little undermanned against this high-scoring Collegiate team as a foul be called down low on Thomas Bledsoe.
Yeah, it was interesting talking to Coach before the game, and he mentioned how most coaches would actually prefer the shot clock, which was a little surprising to me, but he said they'll play with whatever rules they have.
So Wyatt at the line. He'll knock down the first. Mentioned him before, also a standout soccer player for Collegiate. Really a Cougars school right now that has done some great things as they've won the VISA state baseball championship earlier in 2016 and then also won the football championship earlier this year or last year. So again, a lot of success right now in Richmond. Carter down inside, jumper off the iron, no good by Friddle, and Collegiate quickly the other way. Good job by Wilson to get a hand in. He'll push the pace down the lane, kicks it out. Carter back up top, wide open look for three, won't go down for Clay, out of bounds to Collegiate. Early 2-0 score here. Glad you could be along with us. Villanueva, as we mentioned before, that one almost over the end line. Now a foul will be called up top. That'll go on Carter.
Yeah, that's a bad foul. 30 feet away from the basket, reaching in.
Again, Woodberry coming out aggressively. Early on, Woodberry and man-to-man. And now we'll have a 3-second violation called down low against Ritter. Early on, what are your thoughts on this one, Andy?
Yeah, we talked about it in the keys to the game, how it was going to be a defensive matchup, and 2-0. Almost a minute and a half into the game. Yeah, it's played out that way. Active hands by the Cougars so far. Woodberry's gotten a couple of good looks. They just haven't been able to knock him down.
So Clay with the three. That one missed again, so 2 missed by Clay early on. In the corner, Wyatt drives, will kick it back out. Chance down low, taken away from Wyatt.
That was great defense. It was a dribble penetration that we talked to Coach about before the game that they wanted to stop.
Out top, Bledsoe moving it around. Woodberry looking for the icebreaker in this contest. Play off the screen. Over to Wilson, down the lane. puts this one up and gets the kind bounce.
Great kiss off the glass there by Jameel Wilson. He needs to be aggressive on the offensive end as the Tigers just don't have that much offense.
Seeing some of the students coming in wearing Carolina blue tonight. We'll get more into that as the broadcast moves along. Now a timeout going to be called by Del Harris, as doesn't like what he's getting out of his team early on, and it does seem like, at least pace-wise, considering what Coach Dawson wanted, kind of getting that. Now, of course, the last meeting, another low-scoring game, as we saw Collegiate win that one by 7. Back into that pace argument again. That's even what Coach Dawson was looking for, Andy. It seems like that's what they've gotten so far, slowing down Collegiate. I think most importantly, keep them out of transition.
Absolutely, and you've seen it already on the couple of shots that they haven't been able to hit. They are bringing everybody back on defense, not really attacking the offensive glass as much as you might expect, but you know, they'll take it. This is the pace exactly that he wanted. He wanted to slow him down. He talked about comparing it almost to a UVA type of game, that they want to pack down the defense, low scoring, work the ball around, and find an open shot. We've seen a couple of good looks for their leading scorer, Calder Clay. He just hasn't been able to knock him down yet.
So 2-2 ball game. Glad to have you along with us tonight. Collegiate in the green and Woodberry in the white with the orange trim. These two teams have been playing for a long time in the Virginia Prep League. A lot of traditional schools down here in this central Virginia area almost stolen away. This will go out of bounds. They'll end up off of Allende Bud and Woodberry ball.
Active hands on defense from the Tigers. They're going to need a lot more of that.
Now a little bit of token pressure by Villanueva. I think maybe trying to speed the ball game up a little bit.
Yeah, you talked about the pace of play. This is what the Tigers wanted to stay out of here, as the Cougars are pushing it.
Kick back out, Villanueva. Chance here. Williams dished it off. Now back up top to Villanueva between the circles.
Tigers doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of them. The Cougars are really trying to get into the paint.
And again, a Woodberry Forest team somewhat depleted. As that'll go out of bounds, so some tough Tiger defense again, befuddling Collegiate early on.
Yeah, the Tigers have gotten their hands on a few passes, a few deflections. That's what they're going to need to do, kind of muck up the game a little bit, slow it down, create some turnovers, turn defense into offense.
So again, 2-2 and halfway done with this opening quarter. And I think Woodberry doing a good job so far of keeping Collegiate out of transition. There comes the offense as Calder Clay knocks one down, give the Tigers the lead.
There he is. You keep giving him open looks, he's eventually going to knock him down. That's the third wide open look that Clay's had, and he drained it.
Got to go out of bounds off the Tigers, but you see just that quickly how fast Collegiate able to go ahead and get down the court and get a good look. Unfortunately for them, unable to get that one to go down. Buttle inbound. Down on the block, trying to create some space. Up and good as Gaho able to score that one.
That was a great move by Berkeley Gaho. Of course, we talked about how this is his first game back from an ankle injury, missed the last 7 games. Nice to see them go into him early.
Under 3 minutes to go in the opening period. Woodberry with the 1-point lead. Carter down the lane, puts one up, shot partially blocked, comes back down to Bud, will push the pace. Brewer with it for a second, top of the key. He's the quarterback of Collegiate State Championship football team. So knows a little bit about successful athletics and successful teams. And down on the post, foul will be called. That one's going to go on Michael Warren.
Good job by the Cougars working the ball inside to Wyatt, trying to get it into Gaho, trying to use their size inside the paint as an advantage.
A couple subs in now for the Tigers. Kyle Bilodeau, the standout tight end for the Tigers. Also Sam Deal into the game. Bud. Good space, pushed out, and then again a foul as Wyatt's going to head back to the line.
You see the effort of the Cougars trying to get the ball into the paint, use their size as an advantage. It's worked out for them so far.
Bilodeau picks up that foul. Now 14 fouls on the Tigers. As Wyatt able to knock it down and tie this one up. Mentioned before, last time out against Norfolk Academy, nice game for Wyatt. 17 points and 9 rebounds as he hits the second and lead back to Collegiate. Into the front court go the Tigers. Both teams playing man-to-man defense. That one just fumbled away by Warren.
Those kind of turnovers that the Tigers really need to stay away from. They've done a good job so far.
Bud, top of the key, tries to dish it inside, looking for Wyatt, a little bit tough pass.
Yeah, there's dribble penetration that Coach Dawson wanted to stop. They were able to get in the paint, but they've done a good job of not allowing the pass to get to the intended man.
Under 2 to go here in the opening quarter. Nice lane and a bucket for Jameel Wilson. He's got 4, lead back to Woodberry.
Yeah, he just blew right by the defender there, turned on the afterburners, and an easy layup.
Now the student section started to get into it a little bit. We see that a lot at Woodberry events. A lot of the guys coming out and supporting their classmates. Wyatt looking to move on Bilodeau. And they will call the foul. Looked like they might let it go. Actually, no, they'll call the foul. That'll go on Warren. Now quick 2 on him.
And Jack Wyatt's been aggressive so far in this first quarter. Second trip to the line now.
Wyatt. And lengthy 6'7". He knocks that one down. Wyatt now with 5. Carter Friddle checks in for Woodberry.
Impressive to see the big guy putting the ball on the floor like that and getting to the rack.
Talked about pretty good soccer player as he hits the second. And lead back to Collegiate. A couple subs in for the Cougars, including Tyler Tunstall. And now here comes Del Harris trying to pick up that pace with some pressure defense.
And it's an aggressive trap. It's not the pressure we saw earlier in the game where it was just kind of trying to speed him up a little bit.
Bilodeau with a nice cut and a nice feed from Wilson, and Tigers back out front.
Wilson's been dynamic so far in this first quarter. He's got a couple layups, a great assist there. The Tigers will need more of that if they're going to pull this win out.
Under a minute to go. In the opening quarter, Collegiate and Woodberry Forest. Kick back to the top. Brewer. Now Tunstall. Bud in the corner. Spin, nice move, and he scores it and send him to the line.
What a spin from the big guy, finishing with the right hand and one.
Bud able to put it down. You mentioned it earlier. We've seen some of these guys for Collegiate, Andy, be able to put the ball on the deck and such an advantage.
Yeah, and Coach Dawson talked about it before the game, how he knew that was going to be an issue with the dribble penetration. And the Cougars have been forcing the issue. It's been working for them so far. Gotten to the free throw line a few times, and we mentioned this was going to be a defensive struggle, so every point is going to matter.
Noah Coleman into the game along with Villanueva. And again, Collegiate with the trap. Tigers break it pretty quickly. Clay into the bucket, and a charge going to be called as Villanueva gets back, and Calder Clay can't believe it.
Yeah, he thought he had an and one there. Looked like the defender might have been moving a little bit, but the ref gave him the charge. Great job by Villanueva to move his feet.
Couple more subs in. Del Harris looks like he's going offense for defense as he sends Wyatt back into the game. Also Justice.
Passing game to Detroit. Passing game to Detroit. We're taking the last shot.
They're a really balanced attack on offense. They've got great depth. They want to push the pace, so they've got the bodies that they can keep replenishing if they speed the game up the way they want to.
A kid in front of us, Del Harris, telling his guys who want the last shot. Remember, folks, no shot clock. Under 10 seconds to go. Harris looking for some movement. Villanueva might have to take it. He'll step back, three-pointer. That'll hit the front rim and be no good. So we go to the end of the first quarter with Woodberry Forest trailing Collegiate 11-9. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.